All right, just another update here. Just left the local hospital here in Winslow, and of course had to stop down on the corner here and get a snapshot. Dad is currently doing okay. Blood pressure was actually out of control, and that was causing the weakness. And he had some slurred speech, and that was a concern. He recognized that. He said, "Hey, I was talking to you. My speech was slurred. I think I may be having a stroke." So we were fortunately about 26 miles from the nearest hospital when we stopped. And we were able to get him in there, and they said, yeah, it's good he got in, because his blood pressure was definitely off the charts. I kind of felt kind of bad. I felt like I pushed him too much on this trip. But then again, it's more of the silver lining is the blessing is that, this probably could have happened too at home, and no one around or what have you. So I'm glad I got him in here. So now what's happening is, as you see, he's not here with me. They're giving him some medication, I guess, as a precursor or precaution to basically break down any potential clots or anything like that. And they're actually going to send him to Phoenix, which is about 4 hours away from here, to a hospital to get some care from a neurologist, just to make sure that everything is okay. He's kind of in and out of it. He'll say a joke, he'll laugh, and then the next thing he's kind of like woozy or where am I, and then he's back in again. So he's doing okay. I think that's why he was having some issues with balance and shortness of breath yesterday. We both of us may have thought, and he thought it too, that maybe it was an altitude change when we were in Denver, that was causing him to have those symptoms. But I'm sure his blood pressure was up even at that point too. So I'm off to Phoenix to stand by and see what's going on. And I'm not sure if we're going to drive back, or at least take him back. I may have to fly him back home, just because this is a lot. He's certainly a trooper. I mean, we put, the past couple days, we put, almost nearly 30 hours of driving. That's a lot on someone who's got some health challenges. And he definitely was enjoying the sights in terms of seeing the mountains. He had never been to Colorado, actually never been this far west. He's been to, the South, things like that. And of course, serving his time as Vietnam, he'd been to Vietnam, but that's about it. He hasn't done a lot of traveling. So I'm happy that I got to do this part of the trip with him. And who knows, maybe in Phoenix, he'll recover quickly, he'll be fine, and maybe he'll be up to making the trip. I don't know if I want to push him, but maybe he might insist. He definitely, when we were in the emergency room here, he said, well, are we going to get, when we're getting out of here so we can go? And I'm like, you're not getting out of here. But I think he's going to be okay. So yeah, I'm off. I'm going to grab a bite to eat, and then I'm off on the road here to get to Phoenix, and hopefully he's there before me. Just look at that beautiful sunset. Just hit Flagstaff, Arizona. Had to stop, and I forgot my Max Air fan is open. I heard that you can leave it open, but it's been crazy windy on this trip, so I don't want to take any chances of the thing blowing off. So I'm going to adjust it right now. If I had the remote control, I could just hit it from the cab, but I don't. All right, that's it. It's in there. So I enjoyed the rest of my trip into Phoenix. I've made this trip several times throughout the years, and I always love coming through the mountains. So I made an extra stop. Dad, he's not much for luggage. He came along. He had a couple of shopping, pretty much grocery store shopping bags for some of his clothing. So I had intended on him flying out back to Minnesota and wanted to find some luggage for him. So made a trip to the local Walmart. before hitting the hospital. I'm just leaving the hospital and keeping my dad another night. So I'm going to get some rest and I should be ready to break him out tomorrow. This is his second night. This will be his third night actually. And he's definitely chomping at the bit to get moving and get out of here. So we're going to make that happen tomorrow morning. Their concern is the amount of travel, the length of travel, and his heart. So going to have a cardiologist check him out, give him the okay, and we should be on the road tomorrow. If not, there's going to be that wing of the hospital is probably going to be tore up because he's not having it. He really fought me on staying tonight, but got him to understand that it's probably best to leave in the morning. So he's going to stay another night, and we'll get on the road tomorrow morning. And we're driving straight through, no stops. I tried to get him on a plane, but definitely wasn't having that. He's asking me if there was a way to get a train or a bus or something. But I felt more comfortable putting him on a plane just because of the simple fact that it's just a lot easier to, get help if need be. And it's only a 2.5-hour flight from where we're at in Phoenix here. So I thought that'd be the best option, but apparently he's not going to fly, and I'm not going to get him on a plane. I'd have to drug him or something to get him on a plane. So it's off to dinner with a friend tonight, get some rest, and hit the road tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So we're breaking him free.
So all I have to do is tell them your discharge stuff, and then you can leave me.
We're at the hospital and the pickup area for patients, waiting for Dad to come down. I asked him when I went to the room, I said, "Are you excited?" He says, "Not yet." So he's still not trusting. He's been in a hospital situation for the past 4 days. So he is definitely itching to get on the road. Couldn't talk him into flying. He'd rather catch a train or a bus. So he may as well be with me on the road. So we've got about a 26-hour drive ahead of us here. So I'm just waiting for the nurse to get a wheelchair to bring him down, and then we'll be on the road.
Your son's going to appreciate that. Looks like he's the one doing the driving.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, stay safe. Drive safe.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Appreciate you guys' help.
Of course.
I think a girl had a crush on you. Because it said something up there. She said, he could come and get me.
You happy now?
Yeah, I'll be happier when we get home.
All right, Pops, we're on our way. Get situated there.
Now, how many hours did you say it took you?
26.
Oh, yeah, because the guy was asking how many hours it was.
Yeah. All right, it's 3:08, and we're ready to hit the road back to Minneapolis and St. Paul. I'm sure Dad's happy, but he'll be happier when he gets home.
Yeah,
We've got it.
I'm out of prison.
You're out of prison. We broke you out. So we got about 26-hour drive. We're going to definitely make our best efforts to get all the way through and believe for good roads. I know we've got some snow coming in Minneapolis. We're talking, I think they're talking, 6 to 8 inches?
Yeah.
6 to 8 inches. So hopefully we don't encounter any craziness on the way back. If we do, I guess we're just going to have to stop and stay somewhere for a little bit. But here we go, on the road again.
Well, it's been pretty warm. I think most of it should melt by
Hey, that's
now.
true. So we are at a small rest stop and somewhere in Kansas. And there's a fellow van dweller there. They were here when we showed up. Stopped to use the restroom on a small little highway. Got about another 2-3 hours to go before we actually hit the main highway. Beautiful morning. It's about 7:15 a.m.
Yeah, I only paid for toll, but I used to have to pay when I go to Louisiana.
there's certain places in the country where that's how you get to point A to point B quickly. You notice there's no on-ramps.
Yeah.
Very, very few.
That's why I went to tollway.
Yep.
It wasn't that much. And
No, I
like
mean,
you said, you got there quicker.
yeah, it's the convenience.
And no traffic.
Yep. Wow. Nothing but fields.
Yeah. Different parts of the country are.
Look at that. First we have mountains. This is it's got some hills, but most of this is flat.
That's our mountains right there.
Yeah. The molehills.
Yeah, sure, it's different. That's the farthest I've been down that way. I've been to California, but I flew.
Yeah.
I never.
You miss all that stuff in between.
I went into like all the Louisiana, Kansas,
Yeah.
different places. I'd never been out to the east, the west coast.
Yeah.
I was surprised at that. I didn't expect a party.
Oh, the Donner Pass or whatever.
Yeah, I thought they were only
Holy Mountains Pass.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
never heard about mountains. I was surprised as hell when we went there. I'm like, look at the mountains everywhere.
We've only seen a fraction of the mountains out in that region. I mean, they go all the way up, way into Canada,
As far as we went,
from Mexico way into Canada up to California.
and they're not in one straight line.
Nope.
They're
All over.
everywhere. I was surprised because I knew there were mountains there, but I didn't think it was all like this.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I ever been to that part of the country.
I know. So even though we didn't see the Grand Canyon or the Meteor Crater, we still saw some good sights.
Yeah, I was happy.
It is the next day. We are indeed back in town, and we're getting hit with some snow today. In fact, the day before yesterday, I guess we got hit with about 6 to 7 inches of snow here in the cities, and it's back. I woke up today and looked outside. I thought, wow. I haven't, of course, listened to any news or weather or anything that was going on, so I wasn't anticipating this today. But it is a beautiful day today. It's not too cold, just getting some beautiful snow coming down. I had intended to film, dropping my dad off last night and just like kind of doing a wrap last night, but that didn't happen. So it ended up being about altogether, I would say, maybe 27, 28 hours, because we had made a number of stops just for Dad, especially for Dad, to get some stretches in and bathroom breaks, things like that. So it was a long trip. That's why when we got back, we were both just excited to be back in town and just to be done with driving. In fact, about the last 4 to 5 hours of the trip, for me, coming from my dad, it was more of a "Are we there yet?" experience. He just couldn't believe how long it was taking for the last few hundred miles to get home. So both of us were glad to be back and back safely. We had pretty much dry conditions for pretty much all the trip coming back. And that was nice, because even if we had left earlier and got here the night before, we would have encountered a big snowstorm coming through here. So consider myself and my dad blessed to get back safely. That was my first time driving all the way through like that with 0 to no sleep. Well, actually, I did get about 7 to 8 minutes in a parking lot at McDonald's somewhere in small town USA. And I just got to sleep, and I was awakened by some car next to me doing a burnout in the parking lot of McDonald's. Woke me up, startled me up, but I could not get back to sleep. And I've heard it said that if you're trying to take a nap or something and trying to stay up and you want a quick power nap, you don't really want to do more than 10 minutes, because after that maybe you're hitting REM sleep, and then you're pretty much waking up groggy, and at that point you're going to need more sleep. So this ended up working great. So, last 400 or 500 miles of the trip, I was charged and ready to go. So that concludes it. The trip was great. Dad was, he was very grateful. He expressed that even though he didn't get to see the sights we were intending on seeing, the sights that we did see when we were traveling on the road were spectacular and breathtaking. So he really enjoyed, especially when we were leaving Arizona and going through the mountains, he enjoyed that because he didn't see it when he went into Phoenix because he was in an ambulance. It turned out to be a great trip, and I'm happy we got that time together, just being together on the road. I appreciate you coming along on this one, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day.